Hey, I'm Ben Mayton, and this is my instrument that I created for laptop orchestra. It's called Loop Matrix. So let's just jump right into what this is. See, this is the first page. It's called Loops, and you've got this, this matrix, and this is like the main cool part of the instrument. So you can just press any of these buttons, and it'll just start playing a loop. I also added this click metronome thing, so that you can just kind of hear where it is. But all these loops are synced up together right now. And you can just add them in as you go. The really cool thing I like about it, and why I chose to use this one, is you can swipe and press multiple buttons at a time and mute multiple buttons at a time. So there's some really cool timbres that you can find out just by adding some stuff. On this first page, we've also got a mute all button, so it mutes everything but the click, but you can just do that too, and it'll kind of work the way that you suspect it to. There's also a toggle clock button, which stops the whole clock from working. That was really useful when I was making the actual instrument. So that's the first tab. That's like the meat and potatoes of everything. But then you've got this control tab, which has volume and BPM on an XY plane. So if you move this way with volume, or with BPM, it slows down or speeds up. And then you can go louder or softer. We'll get back to that accelerometer slider. But yeah, so you can kind of just do some really cool stuff. And right now I'm just gonna kind of compose like a little loop that I like. And I'll start with that. Just kind of randomly adding. That sounds pretty cool. And then you can make it faster if you want, make it louder if you want. And then this third tab is just drums, just simple kick, hat, snare, and crash. Yeah, and so that's Loop Matrix. That's the phone control. I'll just give a brief outlook on the what we got going here. So this is where our controls mostly come in from this, and it goes up to here. This is where the metronome controls are, but then each of these gnomes are hooked up to the BPM control, gnome metronomes, and then these send out data to these sequencers, and then each of the sequencers, like this is a loop here and this is another loop here. There's 30 of them in total, and so that's why I need 10 sequencers, because there's only 3 per sequencer. And then over here we've got all of the mappings hooked up from like MIDI CC, these MIDI CC modules, and then these are also randomized originally, because each of the sequencers has to have the same rhythm to send from the gate. So that's just the way that's working. Yeah, and then they hook up to these mixers, and then the mixers hook up to this audio wave module that comes out of there, and then the very last thing is the accelerometer control. So we'll get this like little loop going, and then if you slide up this accelerometer, it adds a bit of delay, but that's controlled by moving your phone around. And so the more you move this up, the more control you have over it. And you can hear it. It just does some really, really unique stuff. It makes some really crazy sounds. But yeah, that's Loop Matrix. Thank you.